Sorry, take two, because the TSA called me and I needed to answer that call. So, I'm taking a look at a very interesting beer from Evil Twin Brewing in North Haven, Connecticut. It is a double dry hopped triple India Pale Ale with milk sugar. That is so many words, you guys. And appropriately enough, the name of the beer is My Small Town Has Been So Much More Charming Ever Since They Put in New Boutique Condos. So, A+ on the social commentary, Evil Twin. I hope that those, I don't actually hope, but I hope that they are $1 million, because I feel like all of the boutique condos in my town are $1 or $1.5 or $2 million, and whew, right? This is a very interesting beer for a whole bunch of different reasons. It's first of all, it's a triple IPA, and so we're expecting it to be pretty strong, pretty hop forward. The milk sugar component is interesting. That I feel like technically makes it a milkshake IPA. But that aggressive hopping of this beer is really a very interesting journey. So it's very hazy. As you can see, it pours very, very heady, but it dissipates down. Actually, it didn't pour as heady this time round, but aroma-wise, this has a lot of stuff going on. It's very, it's like a mix of smells. I got beer on my nose, you guys. Okay, it's a mix of smells that I get out of beer style. Sometimes it's like very danky, or it's very tropical, or it's very perfumey, and usually those are very siloed. But this has definitely a tropical note to it, and I get that delicious juicy pineapple-ness out of it, but it's also pretty danky. Sometimes that kind of danky hops almost smells like rubber or burnt rubber to me, and I know that has a negative connotation for a lot of people, and that smell is often associated with a byproduct of brewing that is considered a negative. I don't think that's what's happening here. That's just how I perceive that smell, because I smell it in a lot of really like A-class, world-class beers. So all of that said, this beer is 10.5%, and ironically, or jokingly, or funny enough, when I was in my drawer trying to pick out some beer, I was like, oh, I don't want to do these imperial stouts because they're all 11%. And so here I am with this. I was like, oh, I'll get this IPA, and it's 10.5. So this is a very boozy beer. The first drink that I took of it, I was like, oh, this beer is so juicy and sweet and refreshing and amazing, and it had a hoppy finish to it. And then the second drink was intense. So let's pick up there. Second drink. So I get initially all of that stuff you would expect out of a really well hopped beer. It's bright and it's clean. It's bitter. It actually resolves into a bitterness that's a little bit drying. It's juicy and delicious. It's got this kind of sweet hint to it from that milk sugar, and it's delightful. And you think, oh, this is great. This is a very sippable, delicious, yummy beer. And then you take a second drink, and it burns with alcohol. I had a little bit of like a burn in my esophagus, and I could feel the alcohol burn off as I was breathing and talking after. But it also has a nice boozy stomach feel to it. This beer is no joke, y'all. It's like every time I smell it, I pick up a different component. Like that round, it kind of smelled like orange juice. Alright, anyway. Also, pardon my Rona hair here. But, this is a really interesting beer. So, initially my thought was, if you love really hard-hitting IPAs, that this beer is going to be right up your alley. I think that is still true. But just like, drinker beware. It's boozy. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, don't try to pick a lower alcohol beer and end up with this one, because it's not going to work out for you. Anyway, the fact that this is, what is this? Gosh darn. A double dry hop triple India Pale Ale. This is pretty well balanced. I feel like it probably has a pretty strong malt backbone, but most of that gets burned off from the alcohol content, and then just the incredible hop flavor that's packed into this. This is like packed with hops. But for a very boozy, very hoppy beer, it's incredibly drinkable and delicious. I love this kind of like this play on the milkshake IPA where it's incredibly hoppy and IPA-like, but also has this sweet note to it, and like a thickness with that mouthfeel. It really is very delicious, and I appreciate the social commentary. So, cheers on all fronts. Cheers to Evil Twin Brewing, for my small town has been so much more charming ever since they put in new boutique condos. So, there you have it. I would love to hear, if you have had this beer, what your thoughts were about it. Did you find it super boozy? How did the aroma come across to you? Did you enjoy it? And share with me if you want to tell me the cost, the city, you know, just, I don't know, whatever city's around you, the city, and the cost of the new boutique condos, and we can all like laugh, cry about the cost of housing. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there.